Students, you would have learnt about the various foods used in cooking. Can you tell me the constituents of these foods? Yes, foods contain carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. But there is also another component which is very essential. What is it? Correct. It is water, and in the food science context, it is known as moisture. Let us now see the objectives of this module. This module will enable you to understand the role of moisture content in foods, classify various moist heat methods of cooking food, elaborate on the process of each moist heat method. What is moist heat method of cooking? Generally, moist heat cooking methods use a liquid for cooking, usually water, stock or steam. The advantage of steam is that it transfers more heat at the same temperature. As a result, the food cooks faster and fewer nutrients are lost. The cooking temperature may vary from 70 degrees to 120 degrees Celsius, that is 158 to 212 degrees Fahrenheit. These methods are particularly suitable for preparing pasta, rice, pulses and vegetables. In moist heat methods, food is put into boiling water or cooked in the steam which comes out from the boiling water. I hope you understood the principle behind it. Some common ways by which foods are cooked by moist heat are boiling, simmering, poaching, stewing, blanching, steaming and pressure cooking. You should know the different foods cooked by boiling method. Potatoes, eggs, rice and vegetables are cooked by this method. Usually, green leafy vegetables such as cabbage, fenugreek and spinach are cooked without adding extra water. Vegetables such as green peas and green beans are boiled or cooked with a little water. Cereals such as rice and pulses are boiled in large amounts of water. Cereals and pulses need more water to cook as they are dry, and they also need more time to cook. Vegetables take less water to cook as they have higher water content. Eggs, pulses, cereals, vegetables and meat are cooked this way. It is very important, students, to consider certain points in boiling foods. At first, wash the food thoroughly before boiling. Boil the water first and then add the food. Water should cover the food completely. Boil food in a pan which has a well-fitted lid. This way, the steam from boiling water will not go out from the pan and the water will not dry up. Food gets cooked or boiled faster and fuel is also conserved in this process. Do not boil food longer than needed. Once it is soft and tender, take it off the fire. If food is cooked for a very long time, it loses its color, shape and taste. Overcooking also destroys the nutritive value of food. Potatoes and other root vegetables should be boiled with their skin on to retain their nutritive value. Water-soluble nutrients present in foods dissolve in water in which the food is being boiled. If you throw this water, nutrients will be lost. Use this nutrient-rich water to make soup or gravy for other vegetables. Simmering is the process when foods are cooked in water at a temperature below the boiling point, that is 82 to 99 degrees Celsius on a low flame. The pan is covered at all times with a well-fitted lid. This retains the steam formed within as well. With simmering, you will see bubbles forming and gently rising to the surface of the water, but the water is not yet at a full rolling boil. Rasam, a South Indian recipe, is a very good example of food cooked by simmering. Do you know the temperature of simmering? To simmer something means to cook it in liquid with a temperature ranging from 180 degrees Fahrenheit to 205 degrees Fahrenheit. Simmering is a cooking technique that's used when making stocks or soups, starchy items like potatoes or pastas, and many other culinary preparations. Have you tasted soups and stews which needs a stock? Simmering is the desired cooking method for making stocks because if the stock were to boil, the agitation of the bubbles would disrupt the clarification process, leading to a cloudy stock. Similarly, proteins are cooked more gently at a simmer, which is important because boiled meats will quickly become tough and stringy. This is why sauces, soups and stews with meat in them are simmered rather than boiled. Dear students, the word poach means to cook something in liquid with a temperature ranging from 140 degrees Fahrenheit to 180 degrees Fahrenheit. The liquid for poaching is usually stock or water with seasonings and aromatic vegetables. Fish and seafood is traditionally poached. At the correct temperature, the poaching liquid won't show any visible signs of bubbling, though small bubbles may form at the bottom of the pot. Poaching method is generally used for eggs. Poached egg is a preparation liked by most people. It involves cooking in minimum water temperature below boiling point. Eggs are broken and put into water at this temperature and the proteins get coagulated and cooked. Fishes and fruits are also poached. Salt may be added to the water to impart taste to foods. Other spices and seasoning can also be used. The next method I will be briefing is stewing method. Stewing is to simmer foods in a small amount of liquid. This method combines water and steam as a media for cooking. Food is put in a pan with water just covering half of the food. A tight fitting lid is put above the pan at all times. Water is first brought to a boil and then simmered to bring to a temperature of 98 degrees Celsius. Food above the level of water is cooked by steam. The method is a slow cooking method and requires a minimum of 2 to 4 hours. Cheaper cuts of meat along with vegetables and legumes are cooked this way and the recipe is called stew. Pork and mutton stews are popular. Stewed apples are also made by this method. The following points apply to different foods when stewing. Stewing is an ideal method for cooking tougher cuts of meat that require slow cooking over a longer time. This longer cooking time allows for flavors to interchange between the food and the liquid. The cooking liquid should just cover the food being stewed. This liquid can also be thickened and flavored prior to stewing. Cheaper cuts of beef, lamb, pork, chicken and game can be used for stewing. A variety of fish and seafood can be stewed. The stewing of fish needs to be over a gentle heat. If the heat is too high, the flesh of the fish breaks. Vegetables such as potatoes, onions, carrots, brinjals, tomatoes and capsicum are suitable for stewing. Fruits can be stewed in a syrup made from water and a sweetener. Apples, pears, stone fruit, rhubarb and berries are usually stewed. Sometimes, to keep the stewed fruits immersed in the stewing liquid, they are covered with a grease-proof paper lid called cartouche. A plate or a saucepan lid serves the same purpose. Before stewing dried fruits, they need to be placed in cold water to rehydrate. We shall now discuss about blanching. It is actually scalding vegetables in boiling water or steam for a short time and is a must for almost all vegetables to be frozen. It stops enzyme actions which can cause loss of flavor, color and texture. Blanching cleanses the surface of dirt and organisms, brightens the color and helps retard loss of vitamins. It also wills or softens vegetables and makes them easier to pack. Blanching time is crucial and varies with the vegetable and size. Underblanching stimulates the activity of enzymes and it is worse than no blanching. Overblanching causes loss of flavor, color, vitamins and minerals. Blanching can be classified into 3 different types. They are water blanching, steam blanching and microwave blanching. I shall now elaborate on each method for a better understanding. For home freezing, the most satisfactory way to heat all vegetables is in boiling water. Use a blancher which has a blanching basket and cover or fit a wire basket into a large pot with a lid. Put the vegetables in a blanching basket and lower into vigorously boiling water. Place a lid on the blancher. The water should return to boiling within 1 minute, or you are using too much vegetable for the amount of boiling water. Start counting blanching time as soon as the water returns to boil. Keep heat high for the time given in the directions for the vegetable you are freezing. Heating in steam is recommended for a few vegetables. For broccoli, pumpkin, sweet potatoes, both steaming and boiling are satisfactory methods. Steam blanching takes 1.5 times longer than water blanching. To steam, use a pot with a tight lid and a basket that holds the food at least 3 inches above the bottom of the pot. Put an inch or 2 of water in the pot and bring the water to boil. Put the vegetables in the basket in a single layer so that the steam reaches all parts quickly. Cover the pot and keep heat high. Start counting steaming time as soon as the lid is on. Microwave blanching may not be effective since research shows that some enzymes may not be inactivated. This could result in off flavors and loss of texture and color. Those choosing to run the risk of low quality vegetables by microwave blanching should be sure to work in small quantities using the directions for their specific microwave oven. Microwave blanching will not save time or energy. As soon as blanching is complete, vegetables should be cooled quickly and thoroughly to stop the cooking process. To cool, plunge the basket of vegetables immediately into large quantity of cold water, 60 degrees Fahrenheit or below. Change water frequently or use cold running water or ice water. If ice is used, about 1 pound of ice for each pound of vegetable is needed. Cooling vegetables should take the same amount of time as blanching. Drain vegetables thoroughly after cooling. Extra moisture can cause a loss of quality when vegetables are frozen. As the name suggests, this method uses steam as the medium of cooking. Food does not come in contact with water but is surrounded by steam. Water is boiled and the steam generated by it is used for cooking food. Cooking takes place at temperature of 100 degrees Celsius and heat is higher than that supplied by water, and this temperature due to latent heat in steam. When food is cooked with the heat from water vapors, it is called steaming. How do you steam food? Well, you keep food in a pan in such a way that it comes in contact with steam from the boiling water. The lower pan contains water. The pan above has tiny holes on its base and the food is kept in it. A tight fitting lid covers this food. When water boils in the lower pan, the steam comes into the upper pan through the holes and cooks the food kept here. If you do not have a steamer, can you devise one? Yes, definitely. Heat water in a pan which has a tight fitting lid. Cover this pan with a clean muslin cloth. The cloth should be of optimum size and should not get in touch with fire. Put food on this cloth and cover it with a tight fitting lid. Your steamer is ready and working. Have you seen an idli maker? This is also a steamer. Idli batter is poured in the idli mold which has tiny holes. This mold is then lowered into a container with a little water at the bottom. The idli maker is then kept on fire. When water boils, steam is produced. Once again, it is the steam which passes through the holes in that mold and cooks the idlis. Steaming can be done for both solid and semi-solid foods. You can cook momos, khaman, dhokla and caramel custard in the same way. There are 3 types of steaming, dear students. They are dry, wet and waterless steaming. Use of double boiler is advocated for dry steaming. Double boiler consists of a pan with the food placed over a pan with water. The steam generated from this pan is used for cooking foods. Sauces, custard, soufflés are made by using a double boiler. In wet steaming, the steam comes in direct contact with the food and cooks it. Dhokla and idli are made this way. Waterless steaming is a form of steaming in which outside water is not added. Water present within the food is used as a medium for steam generation. When food is wrapped in aluminum foil, banana leaf or papaya leaf and cooked, it is waterless steaming. It has an added advantage of sealing flavor inside the food and blockage of any external flavor to come inside the food. Dear students, in all our homes we use pressure cooker. Let us see the pressure cooking method in detail. Pressure cooking was discovered by working on the principle that a relatively small increase in temperature and raised pressure is used for cooking food. Steam is trapped in the cooker and kept under pressure so that the temperature of water and steam is above 100 degrees Celsius. This reduces cooking time. Temperature is generally not raised above 120 degrees Celsius as pressure increases enormously and special pressure valves are required to control it. Rice, pulses, meat, potatoes, roots, beans and peas are cooked well in pressure cooker in the shortest possible time. Pressure cooking is a process of cooking in a special utensil which allows cooking with a lot of steam under pressure. Pressure cookers are made of steel or form a mixture of aluminum and other metals and can withstand high pressure. The steam produced is trapped inside the cooker, thus increasing the pressure and temperature above 100 degrees Celsius. Pressure cookers are an efficient gadget for cooking at high altitudes where the boiling point of water decreases and food is not cooked properly. But by using pressure cookers, pressure is artificially increased and food cooks easily and quickly. Pressure cookers are made of heavy gauge aluminum or steel and have a pressure outlet which is capped by weights. Copper based pressure cookers are also available in the market. For safety reasons, a safety valve is fitted at all times to control and release pressure above safe levels. It is advisable to release air in steam form and then put the weights as air will interface with proper heat transfer. To summarize this module, I would say that cooking of foods is a necessity and quite interesting, but it becomes very cumbersome if you are not aware of the different methods of cooking. Now, you would have understood that the moisture present in foods decides the method of cooking and also the overall acceptability of foods. The different moist heat methods such as boiling, simmering, stewing, blanching, steaming, poaching and pressure cooking employed in cooking foods are unique in itself, and a comprehensive approach in using a single method or a combination of these methods will surely enable you to prepare a wide variety of recipes. I sincerely hope this module has given you a wider perspective of the moist heat methods of cooking which you can apply in your laboratory or at your home.